Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Stoob here, and today we're going to take a look at a brand new deck out of BT9 X record. I've decided to build a Gabumon X-Antibody deck. I've played a lot of games so far, and I've had a lot of fun with it, and we'll definitely talk about the list here, and probably one or two changes that I'm going to make before, I play in a tournament. So this is like rough draft, but I've actually really liked it so far. We'll start off with our Digitama. We are playing 4 Sunomon and 1 Demivimon. Basically, Sunomon, during your turn, when you have a Garurumon or Omnimon in your name, you get plus 1,000. And then Demivimon here, when you have 8 or more cards in your hand, you also get plus 1,000. Pretty much the same thing. You're almost always going to have 8 or more cards in your hand pretty quick. Sometimes Suno is just better earlier in the game. I don't know if I even need this 5th egg after playing, but in a world, maybe I do. I'm not 100% sure what other kind of crazy nonsense is going to be out there for me to have to worry about. So yeah, maybe cutting this depending on how the meta shapes up. So yeah, we got our eggs. We'll ditch them over here. All right, starting off with our level 3s, our rookies. We are playing 4 copies of the BT5 Gabu here on play, reveal 3. Add 1 Garurumon and 1 Omnimon from there into your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom. Mixed arts, I do have a winner pack one. Pretty stoked about that. I won this with the Rapidmon deck that you can see up in the iCard here. Let me know if you want to go take a look at that. But yeah, pretty good. This is your OG, your main. You really want to like hard play this one to get that on play. But yeah, definitely got to play all the Gabus. Continuing on, we have 4 copies of the starter deck 8, the All Force Digimon starter deck. Gabumon here. All turns, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, it gets plus 1,000. That matters so much, especially once you build a huge blocker in terms of MetalGarurumon X-Antibody. But yeah, 4 of these. Continuing on, we have 1 copy of the BT1 on play, Trigger Draw 1, Gabumon. If there were more inheritable Gabumon with better effects, I would honestly play those, but I just needed an extra body here, so gotta rock this. And then the newest rookie here, we've got 4 copies of the X-Antibody Gabumon. So you can Digivolve for 0 on top of a Gabumon, and then on play and when Digivolving, both happen. You reveal the top 3. Add 1 Garurumon or Omnimon and 1 X-Antibody from those to your hand. Really good being able to just grab 2 cards on a level 3. So feels super good here. Onto the level 4s, our champions. We have 4 of the promo number 7 Garurumon. This thing is insane. I'm glad I've had these for the longest amount of time, and now they're finally worth a decent pretty penny here. 4K, nothing really too great there, but the inheritable when attacking, if it has Garurumon in its name, draw 1 card from your deck. And that's not a once per turn, so if it unsuspends and you attack again, you're going to draw multiple cards, you're going to fill your hand up, and you're going to start hitting the quota of the 8-card magic. Continuing on, we have 2 copies of the BT5 Gabumon. Just another 2-drop Digivolution on top of a Gabu, and then when Digivolving, if it has Gabu in its name, gain a memory. That again, this when Digivolving only occurs in the battle area, so you have to promote it. And then if it's in the, if it's there, you can Digivolve for 1. And then all turns, if it has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, it's plus 1,000 more. So we're just gonna build a huge, big body. The last level 4, we have 4 copies of Garurumon X-Antibody. Digivolve for 0 off of a Garurumon, or 2 off of whatever else. And then all turns, if it has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name and it would be deleted in battle, you can trash 2 cards at the same level in this sources to protect it. So you can eat your 2 level 4s, you can eat 2 level 5s, 2 level 3s to save your Garurumon's butt. This is insane, especially if like you check into security and they hit a big Digimon. It's technically battle, so you can survive and go again. Level 5s. Most important one here, we have 4 copies of the promo number 8, Where Garurumon Mixed Arts. I got one for participating in regionals last year, or earlier this year technically. I don't even remember at this point. But anyways, when attacking, you can unsuspend it. Really good. And then the inheritable effect, while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, it gains security +1. Absolutely insane to be able to swing and unsuspend and trigger your draw, and then swing again and draw again. And this combos really nicely off of the new X-Antibody, but we'll get to that in a minute. We've got 2 copies of Garurumon Sagittarius mode. This is the new promo, the new pack that's on top of the booster box. It's not a dash pack, it's the update pack. Yeah, the new update pack out of X Record. So you've got 2 of these in here. I'm considering maybe cutting this down to 1 and changing the count of the X. We'll get there in a second. But Digivolve for 0 from Garurumon. Its name is also treated as Garurumon. And then when Digivolving, if you have a Tamer in play, return 2 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to their own hand. So if they're going wide, you can just bounce them out of here and go on. And then it has the same effect as the X-Antibody in the Inheritable. So if it has Garurumon or Omnimon, it would be deleted in battle. You can trash 2 cards of the same level to prevent that deletion. So really cool. And then, yeah, last level 5s, we have 3 copies of the X-Antibody Garurumon. Digivolve for 0 off of Garurumon. When Digivolving, unsuspend. And then if it has Garurumon or X-Antibody in its Digivolution cards, you can return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to their hand. So another bounce back effect. We'll show off a combo at the end. On to the level 6s, we are playing 3 copies of EX1 MetalGarurumon. When Digivolving, you gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your hand. So it is a 4-cost evolution, but by the time you're actually getting there and you've swung a few times and you've drawn extra cards thanks to the promo Garurumon, you're going to have a thick hand of 10, 11, 12 cards, and this might only cost you 1 to evolve into, basically. Also, when attacking, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand and a Tamer in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of their deck and trash all sources. The on-deletion really doesn't matter too much, mostly against, purple. You're gonna use that and abuse that, but this thing is insane now. All the pluses from the Digivolution sources, all those inheritable effects, it ends up being 13, 14k. You gain a bunch of memory back. Absolutely insane. Now we've got 3 copies of the MetalGarurumon X-Antibody. This can Digivolve for 1 off of MetalGarurumon, so right off the top of here. And then when Digivolving, unsuspend, and it gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So insane. 12k blocker, technically maybe 13, 14, 15k, depending on what your inheritables are underneath. Pretty cool. And then during your turn, once per turn, when it becomes unsuspended, if MetalGarurumon or X-Antibody is in a Digivolution cards, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to their owner hand. So if they're also playing X-Antibody, something else, they're gonna go tall and not wide. So if they don't deal with this somehow during their turn, it unsuspends at the beginning of your turn, then you're gonna go ahead and bounce that threat out of here. Same thing with when you Digivolve and you unsuspend, it'll pop off as well. So it becomes a blocker. It sits there huge, and then it gets rid of a threat. So this thing is absolutely insane. Considering playing a 4th one or a 4th one of these in place of this has been the weakest link so far in my playing. It's a cool card. Definitely helps you get there like a turn later if it survives. But I think I'm ready to replace this already. But this is the BT9 MetalGarurumon. When attacking, play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon from its underneath it without paying its memory cost. So you can technically grab out your BT1 Gabu and draw a card. You can technically grab your X-Antibody and then trigger stuff off. You can grab any of these Garurumons. I'm sorry, no, just the Garurumon level 4s. And, get an extra dude on board and do things. But this is performed very weak. In some situations, this is probably going to matter more. It really just depends on what you're going into and what your expected metagame is going to be. But definitely, this is not something that I've been a biggest fan of. In a perfect world, I could see it becoming a 2nd Omnimon. This is our only level 7. We're playing 1 Omnimon. So maybe this could be another Omnimon. I actually only have 1. So I'm just kind of working with what I have. But yeah, we have the BT5 Omnimon when Digivolving Blitz. And when Digivolving unsuspend. So it can unsuspend and swing and go from there. And then all turns, if an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to its hand or deck, you can prevent it by removing a level 6 from its Digivolution cards. So you can trash a level 6 and keep it alive. And then if it's, Garurumon or Omnimon, all the X-Antibodies are going to protect you, and the Sagittarius is going to protect you. So this thing can pretty much, if you get this out and it doesn't die, in some shape or form. You've got it protected by battle with the X-Antibodies, and you've got it protected by card effect and spinning from its own effect. Pretty insane. All right, Tamers. Of course, it's a blue deck. We have to play 3 copies of Davis. Start of your turn, you do start at 3 memory. It's your memory fixer. And then on play, reveal 3 cards, add 1 blue and green Digimon. But we don't play any green. We're just doing it for the blue. If there was a better blue Tamer that was a memory fixer that could also grab a card, then we would play it. Of course, you know, it's a Garurumon deck. Why aren't we playing Matt? Well, Matt sucks. So just keep that in mind. This is the best Tamer for this deck. And then we also have 2 copies of Cool Boy. Look how cool he is. On play, reveal 3 cards, add a Digimon with X-Antibody and 1 option with X-Antibody into those cards and put them in your hand. And then during your turn, with one of your Digimon evolves into a same level Digimon with X-Antibody and traits, you can suspend this to gain 1 memory and draw 1 card. So you get to draw 2 cards for that Digivolution and gain a memory, and those are free usually too. So this is pretty cool when this pops off. I'm only playing 2 copies of it, but when it works and you find it on security, it's really good, honestly. And just no more room for more than 2. Definitely plenty of them. Options. 2 copies of Blue Memory Boost. When you play this, reveal top 4. Take a blue Digimon and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. And then the delay effect. So not the same turn you play it, but the turn afterwards. You can trash this to gain 2 memory. And then if they, you know, of course, if they check this in security, it just comes into play and you can eat it during the beginning of your turn or whenever you need to in your turn to gain 2 memory. And of course, it's got Suno on it. So it definitely fits the bill here. Continuing on, the only blue option outside of Blue Memory Booster we're playing is the 1 copy of Ice Wall. This is restricted to 1, or we would play more. Starve your opponent at 1 if you're at 0 for whatever reason, and then if they attack during their next turn, they lose 2 memory. So this is like your insurance policy that you're going to get an extra turn no matter what. And if they hit this off security, you just gain 2 memory, and it probably might just swing it into your turn anyways. But this card is absolutely insane. It definitely needs to be restricted to 1, but if it wasn't, wow, we would definitely find a way to fit more in here. And then last but not least, we have 2 copies of the X-Antibody. In this thing, we have a Digimon to play. You can play it without meeting the color requirements. And then you can play it underneath one of your Digimon without X-Antibody and its Digivolution cards at the bottom. And then if it's hit in security, you get to gain a memory and add it to your hand. So think of it like a Hammer Spark, where you don't gain 2, you just, you know, they hit this, you gain 1. It might swing it over, just like how Ice Wall could. And then it gives you the inheritables. All turns, effects can't trash X-Antibody in this Digimon's Digivolution card, so they can't, like, blue hybrid you or Tommy you. And Tommy's getting restricted to 1 anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much there. And then when attacking, this can Digivolve into a Digimon with X-Antibody and its traits for its Digivolution cost. This thing is insane. If you actually build up, like, the Garurumon, where it unsuspends itself anyways, and you get this underneath it somehow, you can swing, unsuspend, swing, and then that second one Digivolve into the Garurumon, and then go from there and unsuspend again, and then just trigger all those other extra plays, and then you're drawing a bunch of cards with this Garurumon. This deck is absolutely insane. You end up always with like a massive hand by the time everything's all said and done. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more TCG content. I say TCG because I'm going to try and do as much Digimon as I can with what I have and the smaller community around us involving it. So keep an eye out for maybe some gameplay and some other deck profiles. We have access to a lot of cards at the card shop here, so maybe we'll just be able to build some decks and profile them for you. So if there's something you want to see, let me know down below. I'll do my best to make it happen. But yeah, that's it for me. Let me know what you would change as well, what you think of this deck. Definitely, I'm considering eating this out in favor of another Omnimon, but that's about it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.